The AirPod? The ones you stole from me?
I don't use your
Where is it?
Okay. So you guys, this is on the sheet 1-5 that I gave you last week. And it's actually on the back side of it. So the one that says 1-5 day 1 that I asked you to take out, everybody have that? It's on the back side of it. Okay? And then once we get through this today, we're going to do a little bit of section 1-6, and that's why I handed that out. Does everybody understand what I did? You're on the right spot. That's a cheat sheet that you can put away from now. Oh, okay. And then we are right here. Everybody knows this is the back side that you're working on? And it's the back side of regular Geom 1-5 day 1, it says. Does anyone need that?
Logan.
Are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody good? All right, so we are gonna review what we did last week. We're gonna finish up that note packet because we have 2 pages left. And then we're gonna go on to something new today, but the new thing isn't that bad if you pay attention. So first of all, I wanna review what we were doing last week. Do you guys all remember what complementary means? They add up to 90. And do you remember if you look up on the wall here, for complementary, isn't there a 90 there? And supplementary, isn't there 180 there? Does that help? Okay. So, for 2 angles to be complementary, they can be right next to each other, but they do not have to be. And do you guys remember what it was called for 2 angles to be right next to each other? Do you remember?
Reflective.
Adjacent. You know what I just remembered? I spent a lot of time making up a bell ringer for you guys, and I forgot to tell you to do it.
No, we don't need to do that.
Okay.
Let's just do it as
Skip it.
Tomorrow, remind me.
I will remind you. Can I send a reminder on my brain?
No.
All right. Supplementary angles, quiet, are when they add up to 180, and supplementary angles can be right next to each other. Do you know what it's called when 2 angles make a line? What is that called? Linear pair. Very good. These 2 add up to 180, but they're not right next to each other, so they are still supplementary. They're just not a linear pair. Okay? Adjacent angles, I just asked this, and adjacent angles are right next to each other. And remember, adjacent angles, guys, they share a vertex and they share a side, okay? Then, vertical angles. Does anyone have a good way to explain what vertical angles are? Yes.
They're harder ones.
Yeah.
Because they instead of it being like, if you have it like that, so then it's like a normal angle. They can go vertical, so then it's like you have to do top and bottom.
Yes. So, do you guys remember vertical would be like this angle and this angle?
Yeah.
So if you have 2 intersecting lines, they're across from one another. So this and this are across from one another. Okay? A linear pair is 2 angles that form a line. So how many degrees would they be? 180. Very good. All right. So this is something we have not talked about yet. So let's pay attention to this. You can have 2 lines that are perpendicular. And when we have this, you guys, perpendicular lines look like this. They form that. What is this? a 90-degree angle. Now, does it make sense to you if this is 90, does it make sense to you that that would have to be 90? And why is that? How do I know that?
Because it's the same on both sides. So then you know it has to be 90, because if it's not, then it won't be the same.
Okay. How many degrees does a straight line add up to? 180. So if this is 90 already, do you get that would be 90? Does everybody make sense? Okay. Now, aren't these two also a linear pair
Yeah.
and would have to add up to 90?
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, 180. So they would both be right. And then these two are also a linear pair and would have to add up to 180. So here's the deal, guys. In geometry, whenever you have two intersecting lines and one is a right angle, you can automatically assume all four of them are right angles, okay? Now, if you ever see this symbol, it's an upside down capital T, that means perpendicular to. So if you were saying line AB, like this, is perpendicular to line CD, what that means is when you draw them, they would have met at a right angle. And actually all four of those are right angles. So this means perpendicular. So if I go down here, okay, this is what I was just saying. If one angle is right, automatically all four are right. So let's look at example 3. Do you guys get if this is 90, that this is 90? Everybody understand that? Now, just look at this angle. We have a 3x and a 2x, and they make a right angle. What is an equation I could set up?
2x plus 3x equals 90.
Do you guys all get that? These added together equals 90. So here's what we're going to do. 2x plus 3x equals 90. What's 2x plus 3x?
5x.
5x equals 90. Then what would I do? Divide by 5, and x would be 18. Okay? Now that answer goes right here. Now they want the measure of angle ABD, which is right here, which is 2 times x. How do you think I would do that? ABD is 2 times x. X is 18. How could I do that? Wouldn't I just go 2 times 18, which is what? Do you guys know what 2 times? 36. Very good. Then they want angle DBC, which is right here, and that's 3 times x, and x is 18. So 3 times 18, very good, is 54. So these 3 are your answers. Okay? Now let's go down to this one. This looks a little bit harder just because they have longer expressions. But same thing. Do you see how there's a 90-degree angle? What do you think I would do with those two? Add them and set them equal to 90. Do we get that? So I could go 11x minus 12 plus 3x plus 18 equals 90. What is 11x plus 3x? 14x. What is negative 12 plus 18?
6.
Very good. And that equals 90. Then what would I do? subtract 6, and I would get 14x equals 84. Divide by 14. Does anyone have a calculator handy? I think it's 6. I think it's 6. Okay. Did they just want 6? No. So we just found out x is 6, but notice what they want is the measure of angle ABD. So the measure of angle ABD is this. ABD, it is 11x minus 12. And now I'm going to take this 6 and put it in there. 11 times 6 is 66 minus 12 is 54. Very good.
Thank you, Carson.
So the measure of angle ABD is 54. Okay? All right. Now let's go to this page. So for this one right here, we have to solve for x, and they tell us the measure of angle 4 is 2x minus 5, and angle 5 is 4x minus 13. Okay? Do you guys get if this is 90, isn't that 90, and this 90? So what do we know about angle 4 and angle 5?
They're equal to 90.
They add up to 90. So what I can do then is I can say 2x minus 5 plus 4x minus 13 equals 90. Now, 2x plus 4x is 6x. Negative 5 minus 13 is negative 18, very good, equals 90. We should all be paying attention, okay? Owen? Okay, now what?
At 18 both sides.
Add 18, very good.
You get 108.
And I get 6x equals 108. Divide by 6, and that would be 118, I believe.
Yeah, 18.
Okay. And for this one, you guys notice they just wanted us to solve for x, so that's all we had to do. Okay. All right, now let's go to this one. It says angle 6 and angle 5 are complementary. What does that mean?
They're equal.
They're equal to 90. You're thinking congruent.
Oh.
Complementary, they add up to 90. And it says angle 6 is 2x, angle 5 is 3x plus 10. We know that they add up to 90, right? So we're going to say 2x plus 3x plus 10 equals 90. Okay? When I go to solve this, what's 2x plus 3x? 5x. Plus 10 equals 90. Then what would I do?
Subtract 10 from both sides.
Subtract 10 from both sides. And I get 5x equals 80. Then I would divide by 5. And x would be 16. And again with this one, it just asked us to find the value of x. So that is the answer. So now what I'd like you guys to do is go to this page right here, and we're just going to do the first part of section 1-6. Okay? Yep. Now, you may not have this first page in the notes, because when I make copies, I try to make it down to only 4 pages. So if a page doesn't have an example on it, a lot of times I don't make copies of it. So, everybody listen up. Today we're gonna go into a section on polygons, okay? And when we talk about polygons, you guys, there's a couple things that have to be true. One is you can only have straight lines. Hunter? Also, polygons have to be closed, okay? You can't have any curved lines. So when we look here, these are all polygons because they all have straight lines. There's no curves. They're all closed. This one is not a polygon because we have two triangles, so there's two of them. Why is this not a polygon?
So they don't have one straight line.
Yeah, it can't have any curved lines. This isn't because it's
Not connected.
not closed. This has curves, right? This is not because of that line sticking out of it. And this is not because it's got curved lines, okay? Now, one of the types of questions it's gonna ask you today is this polygon convex or is it concave? And what I think is the easiest way to explain it to you guys is something is concave if it caves in. Do you see how this kind of caves into the middle?
Yeah.
That means it's concave.
So the second one is concave.
This one is right here because it caves in, right? It can even be like this, you guys, where it's just this little cave. As long as it caves into the middle, it's concave. If it doesn't cave in, it's called convex.
What if it caves outwards?
Good question. So if it was
doesn't
like
cave in, it's basically so what could you put if it caves in?
like that, you mean?
Yeah,
So it's
I would
smaller?
say concave because this is a cave in and this is a cave in because your original polygon would be like this. So this is kind of caved, that's kind of caved. Yeah. Okay? All right. So now let's go to this page. So on the cheat sheet I gave you guys today, this table is there. And what they will do today, Hunter, we have to be paying attention.
You okay?
Okay?
Okay, fine.
So when we go to do this, the number of sides have special names for them, okay? So 3 is a triangle, you guys all know that. 4, did you guys know the generic name for 4 sides is quadrilateral? Even if it looks like a rectangle, you still call it a quadrilateral. 5, I think you guys know, is a pentagon. 6 is hexagon. 7 is heptagon. 8 is octagon. 9 is nonagon. 10 is decagon. 11, I'm guessing you probably don't know. That's hendecagon. And 12 is dodecagon.
Isn't it based off German words?
And
That's-
Spanish.
That's a good
Well, like 8 in
question.
German is oct something.
That could be. I
I don't know.
honestly don't know. It would be something you could look up during work time. Okay, here's one thing I need to tell you. You have this on the test. So if I say to you guys, what is an 11-sided figure? You have this. You just look at it and write it down, okay? If there's something above 12 sides, what you can do, like say I asked you on the test, what is the name of a 15-sided figure and it's not on here? What you do is you call it a 15-gon. If I said, what is a 27-sided figure? It's a 27-gon, okay? One thing I just need to tell you guys, I know you get tired, I know it's 5th hour, but if you don't have a 60% at the end of this trimester, you fail. And you can't come in here and sleep and not pay attention and never look up at the board and pass. So you need to pay attention. You need to struggle through that. You have to. Even if you have to stand up and go in the back of the room, but you have to stay awake. Okay? All right. Anything above 12 sides, you're going to call it a gon. So if it's 100, it would be 100 gon. Then, another thing they ask us about is equilateral versus equiangular. Equilateral, equa means equal, lateral means sides. So this is a polygon with equal sides. And every side would have to be equal. So it'd have to be marked like that. Every single side would have to have the same amount of dashes on it. Equiangular would be like this. Whoops. Yeah, they'd have the little arcs in it. So, whoops, that's really bad, but it would look like this. Not that it looks good, but that's what it would look like. And then, they're going to ask you today, is something regular or irregular? Okay? For something to be regular, it has to have every single angle marked the same and every single side marked the same. So they'll try to confuse you today and they'll give you something like this. Do you think that one's regular?
No.
Isn't it because that has 2 and that's not marked, correct? So when it's not regular, we say it's irregular. Okay? Now, so let's go to our last page. We just have to answer these and then we're done. Okay? So here's the first thing. We're going to name this by the number of sides. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, so it's a hexagon. Now, convex or concave? Does it cave in?
Yeah.
So it's concave. It caves in. Very good. Now, on the sides, is there the same amount of dashes?
Yeah.
Is there the same amount of arcs and the angles?
No.
No, right? Aren't there one arc, 2, 2, none? So because they're not all the same, we say it's irregular. Everybody understand that? Okay, let's go to this one. How many sides does this have? So it would be a octagon. Okay? Does this one cave in at all?
No.
So then we call it
Convex.
convex. Very good. All right.
So,
Now, is this regular?
Yes.
Yeah, every single side, every single angle is marked the same.
so
Very
the
good.
next one be irregular?
Yes.
Is it- okay.
Okay. C, you guys might look at C and think it looks like a rectangle, which it is. But what's the general? Quadrilateral. Very good. Okay. Does C cave in at all? So what do we call it? Convex. Does C have all the same markings for the angles?
Yes.
Angles, yes, right? How about sides? No. So then it is irregular. Very good. Okay, now let's look at D. Next, I don't know, let me see it. I think you guys are gonna have a quiz next Monday or Tuesday. This question is going to be on your quiz. Okay, I can tell you without a doubt. How many sides does it have?
10.
So it is a
Decagon.
decagon. You can only use the 10 gon if it's more than 12. Okay? Now, is this one caved in?
Yes.
Right? So it would be concave. And this is where most kids would get this one wrong. So listen to this. Do you guys think this one is regular or irregular?
Regular.
Yes, I would say 100% of kids, when you first look at this, are gonna say regular.
It's not.
But it's a trick question because don't you have 10 sides marked equal? But how many angles are marked equal? 5. When you have 10 sides marked equal, you need 10 angles marked equal. And it only has 5. What happens here is this is an angle also, but it's different than that. This is an angle different than that. And what happens is it has 5 angles that are this size that are different than those outside ones. So because of that, it's irregular. Okay? E, how many sides?
6.
So it's a hexagon. Does it cave in? So it's convex. And does everyone agree it's regular? Okay, so here is your assignment for today, guys. Okay? So, assignment is to finish the section 1-5 worksheet. Do you guys all know what I mean by that?
Yep.
And then in your book, you are going to do page yeah, 1, and then you're gonna do 1, 2, 5, and then you're gonna do 11 through 16.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you should be able to get done in class today.
Have a great night, Miss Bond.
You too. Good job today, both.
What is, you want to know, you want to sleep in there?
I think she did that.
Bye, Lauren.
Thank you.
How are you doing? Well, Jay, if you get under, I'll put him to sleep.
Whoa, Logan?
Yep, that's okay. Is that what I put as an answer? Or you're not checking my answer? Yeah, it can be a decimal, yes. You guys, when you go to do the worksheet, don't be surprised if the last question has a decimal.